Hi everybody, my name is Ashley Hammond and I currently teach 8th grade English Language Arts at Bremen Middle School. I've been teaching English Language Arts for about 14 years, and so when it came time to choose an object for this assignment, there were many different things that went through my mind. In 8th grade, we talk about figurative language a lot. In fact, this week we're looking at analogies and comparisons, and so I started thinking about what would best fit literacy and all the different aspects of it. I thought about a compass and how it's used to navigate unknown waters and help us to guide us in the way that we should go. I thought about lens cleaner and how it cleans our glasses and helps clarify what we see and helps us to look at things in a new and different perspective than what we're used to. But ultimately, I settled on an object that I use when I explain literacy to my students. I can see so many different ways that it can be interpreted as a perfect symbol for literacy, and that is a set of keys. I use these exact keys as an example because I wanted to point out some things that to me they represent. So firstly, as you all know, keys unlock doors, and literacy unlocks doors in our lives. It unlocks opportunities, unlocks new knowledge, access. It's all about being able to access places that we maybe didn't think that we could before. And so whether informational or literary texts, our literacy gives us that ability to unlock new doors. Literacy acts as the master key and giving us the access to understand and navigate new information that's available online or in books. Ultimately, the same is true for those that don't have literacy. People who don't master literacy or don't have access to literacy skills, they're like individuals without keys. They find themselves locked out of opportunities, locked out of things that help them to achieve their personal or their professional goals. Ultimately, literacy is a tool that allows us to gain access to the things that we want in life or need in life. Similarly, another comparison that I want to make is that keys come in all different shapes and sizes. So I chose this for a reason. We've got our normal keys, quote unquote normal keys. They're larger. And then I also have this tiny little key. And these to me represent traditional literacy. The bigger keys are that traditional way of reading and writing that we learned when we were in school. It's learning to read and write, and this can come in creative ways. It doesn't have to be just a lecture and practice, but these are what we traditionally think of when we think about keys, just as reading and writing is what we traditionally think about. But this key has a different shape and a different size, and to me this represents things like digital literacy. So even though it does unlock so many opportunities, in fact sometimes even more than these, we have to look at it in a different way. There's a new opportunity for us to use this key, and it may not look the same. It may not look like what we're used to, but the power in this one and this one is still the same. So no matter what, literacy can come in many different forms, just as many keys come in many different shapes and sizes. The last comparison that I wanted to make is that sometimes we have to update our keys. So sometimes our doors to our classrooms are new locks are put in, or a new door is built, a new entrance, a new building even, and so we have to update our keys, where we have to make a new one that fits that lock. This old one is not going to work anymore. And so similarly with literacy, we have to continue to evolve. We have to look at what the needs are of our students, the world they live in, the building that they operate inside. And we have to create new keys, new ways for them to access new information. New locks require new keys, and new opportunities require new literacy skills. So ultimately, I feel like this set of keys is a perfect example of literacy to me. And I hope that you can see how they relate, and maybe even you can use this to talk to your students about the power of literacy.